I made it. I'm super duper late. Can I play some music, please? Poor favor. Can I get some music going? Can I just chill? Thank God. Golly. Hold on. Let me make an announcement. What can I say, boys? Boppity boopy. I need to set everything up. I have not set up anything for this stream. Sorry for the lateness, lads and lasses. I apologize. I forgot to watch the VOD. I'm sorry. I was casting Orange Overlord. GeoSiva, I heard you were going crazy on cast. Should I listen to some of you? Should I listen to you? I heard you were going crazy. It's kind of going nuts. I love to hear it, brother. People, dude, I came into that, like, dude, I came into that VC and they were like, oh man, if Shoop was there casting that game, it would have been great. I'm like, what the fuck? Why the fuck are you making me, like, you know, like, why are you, like, shitting on me, bro? I think GeoSivo did great. Why are you shitting on GeoSivo? On, you know, for my sake. Don't glaze me, you know, at the expense of GeoSivo greatness. The fuck are we doing, boys? I thought that we were tripping. Like, what are we doing? Because I played ass. I think a lot of goalies played like ass. I'm not gonna lie. But I've never heard him cast. I do want to hear him cast. Because the problem is I couldn't listen to that game because I was like running home to get home in time. Too bad you're a goalie now, Orange. Accept it. No, I don't want you to have to accept the slander, right? You just did really fucking good. Why are you gonna get slandered? That's some bullshit, bro. For my sake? Fuck that. Stand on business, bro. All right, let's do some watching and listening here. I'm kind of interested. I've heard GeoSivo cast like every so often, but I've never really listened to him before. Let's do some casting analysis.
Third period. I am silent, small man, to take the draw here to restart play.
Yeah, your mic does suck, but it's not as bad as I've heard.
Looks like
so
it's gonna be won by I am silent. A quick shot, big save by Dave there. Another shot hits the post and goes out. Small man in the corner. I am silent now. There's 3 people on the puck. I can't tell who has it. Now looks like biggest orange to recover it. Cleared on the boards to small man, but he'll pinch it in, keep it in the zone. Small man, biggest orange in the corner. Trying to look for a slot pass to Wolf, who is just standing.
It's so funny, Gio. I feel like I hear all these commentators complain about like how they're all my voice is going out, and I'm like, bro, I can yell that much for like 4 games in a row and I'm chilling. I guess it's just like streamer mentality, but it's like, damn, yeah. I've been doing this for a while now, so
there,
it's just funny to hear.
Pass.
I'm just built different, I guess.
Good defense to keep it in the zone. All 3 Glaciers trying to hit that puck away from the goalie. General Lemonade hits it up to the blue line. Up to I am silent. He's going to take it up the left wing. He takes a shot. A glove save by Davis. He clears it back into the corner. I am silent. Right past the blue line. Pulls it back.
See, right there, I wish your color would have come in. If you guys were like on better timing, I feel like if you have a really good connection with your color, that's when you just leave it hanging and you just let your color come in and take it. If I have a really good color, like a color derp or a Felix or a vanilla egg, I'll just leave that hanging and just let them take it.
Wolf is there to hit it away.
But if you don't trust your color, then don't do that shit.
Austin, Matt now on Wolf. I'm silent there too. Wolf in the corner on 14 Stam. Wolf gives it up to Silence. Silence just going to clear it up. Light Shadowcraft. He gives it right to Light Shadowcraft. That's a dangerous man to give the puck to. He will score 2 goals in the span of 30 seconds. But Banana Man takes it. Now we have 2 Glaciers. We got Banana Man in the corner fighting Light Shadowcraft. Up the right boards. Pinch right at 13 top of Banana Man. Tries to get a shot. He'll pull himself off sides. He is trying his best to play hero puck, but he's just gonna make the little mistakes.
Yeah, so right here, this is where we do energy modulation, okay? I think the big thing that we need to talk about is energy modulation, okay? We can't be hype all the time, all right? We're at like a 60, a 70 right now, all right? You want to be down at like a 40, all right? We've been excited. Now we can take it down. Now we can just slow down, chill out. And then when it gets hyped, then we can, then we can start talking louder. Then we can start talking faster. Right now, we're chilling. After this face-off, I want to hear chill commentary. Keep it out at like a 4. I mean, this is exciting. So keep it, keep it up, but not that high.
Here.
Yeah, there we go. That's good.
Just too far
this is good.
Plane.
Look at that. You can feel it. The energy is calmed down. We're chilling now, okay? We're at peace. We're at peace. All right? I love it. This is good.
Banana Man hits into the corner against Light Shadowcraft. Light Shadowcraft exits the zone. Banana Man tries to pass it over to PNR. He's not there. Buddha Man will just clear it. Banana Man at the blue line, still on Light Shadowcraft. Now in the corner, Light Shadowcraft and Banana Man. Banana Man tries to pass it over to PNR. Good clearance by Buddha Man. That's
nice.
The best defense that Colonials have played all game.
Now bring it back down.
Man, up the right wing.
Okay.
To Light Shadowcraft in the corner. Banana Man looking for a slot pass, but then it's just going to be cleared away by Light.
Yeah, I think sometimes words just vacate you, I guess. You just don't find the right words to say what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to get at, and I know how it feels to just like stumble over yourself. And so I don't know. This is fine. That literally just comes with like it just comes with time. Corner in the corner, which corner? I think that if you're a caster, you cast like people are watching the game. You're not you're not on radio. This is not a radio broadcast. If I was on radio, then I'd say, oh, he's in the right corner. Oh, he's in the left corner. But I'm assuming that the viewer is watching, so I don't need to give them all the information, right? Yeah, this is not a radio broadcast. We don't have to cast it like it's on radio.
Wooderman in the corner. Wooderman takes it up the right wing. Banana Man he's everywhere. Banana Man is everywhere. He wants the goal so bad. He will be wherever he needs to be. Peanut Butter now. Tries to get past Wooderman. Wooderman just great defensive play there. Peanut Butter shoots. Saved by Dave. My goodness. What?
Man, there's some quip you can make about peanut butter and banana man, about like how peanut butter and banana man, like, and how peanut butter and bananas go really well together. There's like some quip to be made there. Oh, you did? Man, no, don't do it pregame. You gotta save that shit. You gotta save that shit for the hype moments, man. It's such a good bit, and you cannot you're blowing your load too early, Gio. Okay.
Cannot do. Peanut Butter now behind
after the first goal. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Circle,
use it during the goals. Use it during the goals. That's exactly what.
Little Man now. Little Man and Light Shadowcraft on the book. Shoots. Saved by General Lemonade. Oh my god, I am losing my breath again.
Yeah, I think one thing I'd say for you, Gio, is don't talk like you're not confident. I think that sometimes I hear that where it's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm out of breath. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear you, like, you are the caster. You are driving the ship here. All right. And I want my driver to be confident. I want him to know, even if you don't know what you're talking about, pretend like you know what you're talking about. Okay. So just lie. Literally, like, you are the driver of this boat. I want you to lie to me and make me feel like I am listening to the foremost expert on this shit. Okay. So, act like it. I don't care if you don't know what's going on. Pretend like you know what's going on. And even if you don't know what's going on, at least you're talking confidently, and like the viewers are going to pick up on that energy. Even if what you're saying is kind of wrong, people are going to pick up that energy. I like to keep it funny. I think like it can be like in moments, but it just doesn't feel like the moment to try to be like goofy and like, oh, I'm so out of breath. It's like, I don't think this is the time. I think that there can be time and place, but Gio, I hear you do this a lot. I feel like I hear a lot of casters talk about like, oh, I'm so out of breath. Oh, I'm so exhausted right now. I don't want to fucking hear that shit. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. The whole fucking game. I don't care. I don't care if you're suffering. I don't care if you're sitting on hot fucking lava and your feet are burning up. All right?
This game is insane. Green pad is the blocky hockey.
You didn't watch the whole game? I did.
I am honored that I've seen this game in person.
See, that's a good call. I like that call.
And it's a game that you just have to see.
I like the call. I don't want to. Gio, I don't want to hear you talking about how fucking out of breath you are.
To believe. Shots 21-5
I don't
in
need
favor
that.
of Green Bay, but the game is tied.
Be
2-2.
confident, Gio. Be
Just about
confident.
2 minutes left here in the
Be
third
confident.
face-off to restart.
You
us
are the
underway.
man. Act like you're the man.
One by
Talk like
Silent.
you're the man.
He'll take it up the left wing. Whips a couple times. Light Shadowcraft is there. 2 pullbacks. Can't get past Banana Man though. Now I'm excited. He takes a shot. Big save by Dave.
Don't behave like it. Well, you can
Light
behave
Shadowcraft
like it,
now.
man.
Over to Small Man.
Confidence,
Cleared away
baby.
by Banana Man.
That's the number
Small
one
Man,
thing.
But he's able to keep it in the zone. Fought in the corner by Banana Man. And
Energy
Small
is
Man.
the biggest
there are
thing.
so many mans in this game. We have Wuda Man, Small Man, Banana Man. I don't know who's who anymore. Wuda Man up the
Do not breathe louder into the mic. Don't listen to Rose. Do not breathe loud into the mic. Please don't do that.
right wing. Stopped by I Am Silent. Can he get a shot? He scores! He scores! Green Bay has the lead with 1:35 to play in the third.
What a
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what you want to do. Sorry, I'm being facetious here, Rose, but
shot.
that's a good call. I like the call.
Beautiful P3.
Like right
He
here.
scores! He scores! Green Bay.
No. Like I think that if I'm gonna be a stickler for details, I like the he scores. I do it 3 times. I think rule of threes works really good here. He scores. He scores. He scores. You know, on that very last one, that's when you hold the note a little bit. Okay. Rule of threes.
Has the lead with 1:35 to play in the third.
That's a really good end. I like the way you ended it there, but I feel like just one more he scores. I think that that finishes the call perfectly. All right, rule of threes here.
What a shot. A beautiful P3.
Yeah, exactly. But like you can already hear it. I don't think like we need Gio to tell us like he's kind of out of breath. I think we can. I think it's very audible. You know.
He goes far side just like he did on the Kings, and that's
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't need to know that he's out of breath. Like we can hear the way he's
Holy.
talking.
Tie this game. But will they get it? Who knows?
All right. See now, I can understand why you want to take a pause here. I think that's fine. For me, what I would do here is I would try to like I'd maybe talk about like the story or maybe like the players or like, you know, like nobody expected this guy to be, you know, this good and now he's been doing it, or, you know, this like, you know, this is not the guy you expect to be taking the big moments, or, you know, this is him taking over this, something like that, you know, talk a little bit about, you know, about the story of the game. Like what has been happening, what is happening. Talk about the story of the player, talk about the story of the team, you know, bring some kind of like, you know, narrative element. I think now is the time to do that.
My
Yap,
goodness,
yap,
this
yap.
game
True.
has been something to
Yapping
witness.
is what I do. But
No,
no, but this is
I
good
am
so far,
silent
Gio.
and
Overall, I want
Keeps
to
it in the
hear
zone.
your call at the
Biggest
very
orange.
end. I want to hear you
Trying to just kill
get
the
hyped.
game here with 43 seconds left to play. He tries to get it towards the net. Dave makes another save. Biggest orange slot pass. No one's gonna get it. Cleared away by Small Man.
See, this is where you keep the energy at like a fucking like a 60-70 consistently. Literally. You just keep it all the way up there. This is too hype. 25
silent
shots,
now.
by the way. Holy fuck. Who's their
Small
goalie?
Man brings it
Is
into
that
the corner.
Dave?
He's
Is
got-
that why he was
it's
the
do or
enemy?
die. Where are the other players for the Colonials? It's just Small Man. So get someone out there. You are down a goal with 23 seconds left. What are
He's
we
a dog,
doing?
dude.
Small Man now.
I
Oh,
love
cleared-
this. What are you doing? What a great call. Gio, what a great call.
Cleared by Austin Mack. Little Man over to Small Man now. Cleared by Biggest Orange. Miles Games now. Tries to pass to the Small Man. Small Man brings it to the corner. 8 seconds left. Bounced on by Biggest Orange. He's just going to try to keep it in the corner to clear this game. And that is going to do it.
Yeah, right there. I think if you weren't so out of breath, I think this is where you start. Like, I feel like I wanted to hear more energy. It's the, do you have it? Time is ticking. The clock is winding down. One more opportunity. Can you find it? No, it's over. It's over. You know, that's when you start doing that stuff. But I think this is okay. Gio, I think you kill it. I think anybody who's talking shit about you should be fried because they don't know ball. You did great. Plenty of things to learn, but yeah, you did great. Replace with ChatGPT. True. True. It's red ball. The ball is red. The ball is red.
I just got
Toasted.
the whole dick.
Toasted. We were doing some casting review. Don't make me review your casting, Toasted. Don't make me do it. Please do. Here's my thing, Toasted. You were selling me. You were selling me hard there. You know when I said, like, between the break, oh, I'll just stop talking. That's when I want you to start talking. I did that. And I stopped talking. And I heard nothing but silence. Be confident, Toasted, okay? I stopped because I want to hear you. I want to hear you say something. I want you. All right? I try to make it... I had nothing. I don't care. Make some shit up. Talk about how this game feels like, it feels like a movie. I don't care. Talk about something. All right? That's your job. You are... to be fair, now, towards the end, you were like fucking... you were refereeing, and I didn't know that, so... if I knew that you were reffing while doing it, I would not have done that shit. That's my bad. But when you were not reffing, come on. Anyone see Obsession? Type shit. Just say something. I don't care. Make up some bullshit. Ultimately, the job of any good media personality is able to make up bullshit and talk about it confidently, even though you don't know what you're talking about. That's the job of being media. It's making up bullshit and just lying. Just lie. If you're good at lying, you're good at media. I say that half ironically. Hey, you guys want to play some Red Ball? I'm very good at not knowing what I'm talking about, but the difference is you sound like you know what you're talking about. And Toasted, this is something you do really well. You always sound like you know what you're talking about. Like, whenever you get into, like, a fucking, like, rhythm, Toasted, you do really good. It's just that you need to get into that rhythm more often. I want to hear that rhythm. I really like listening to you talk about the game. I really do. I want to hear it more. So I think for me... Like, if you're going to be doing, like, color, the big thing for color that's different from play-by-play is in color, I think for me, like, whenever I'm doing color, I'm always like, what's my next, like, thing going to be? Like, I always have, like, a backup. It's like, okay, I need to talk about something. Maybe I talk about the offense. Maybe I talk about the player. Maybe I talk about, the overall, rankings or something. I always have a backup. So in case nothing is happening and my play-by-play is giving me more time and space, literally, you just have something planned that you can just riff on. Always having a riff is exactly how you should be doing color. Sheep's been streaming since he was 12. Actually, it's 18. Incorrect. Young streamer? Yeah, 6 years. I've been here for a little bit now, and look what I have. Look what I've gained from this. Nothing. I play-by-play IRL. I should do some more casting, but I don't know where to start IRL. I don't have like a college or anything I can cast for, so I should do something, but I got nothing. I'm happy doing my blocky. Play-by-play. Oh, it's very cool. I should get involved with some kind of sports league. I don't know. Find some casting gig I can do on the weekends or something. Because I'm pretty good, believe it or not. With Claude? No, only ChatGPT. This is a ChatGPT only stream. Don't bring no Claude. Put yourself on Craigslist? No, there's like... I saw, like, there was some, like, kind of, like, specific, like, casting website. If you're looking for, like, media personalities, there's, like, a whole job form for that. Fiverr. Fuck no. Sorry, I need to turn on my audio if this run is going to count for the leaderboards. Hold on. Imagine the stories. True. Yes, the Facebook Marketplace is where Sheepo3 will earn his keep. No, I'm just gonna go up to the Sacramento Kings and ask for a job. I'll walk up to the stadium. I'll start yelling in front of their office, and then their owner's gonna be like, "Hey, this kid's got something." True fact. Join the Lakers casting extra. No, I think what I really want to do is I want to do more like online stuff. I feel like I want to get myself out to like the broader, I guess like the broader Minecraft community, because it feels like more and more events are coming up, especially with like PvP stuff and like other stuff like picking up. And I feel like, man, so many of these casters are just so shit. I feels like we could have so much like we could be so much better. But it's just like, I don't know anybody. So I just need to get some connections. I need to find some connections and be like, hey, if you got an event coming up, like, I'm the boy to run that shit. I got ball knowledge, and I'm good at yelling at the mic. You know? Either way. Man, it's nice, though, to finally cast a tournament. I've decided that this is probably going to be my last, like, really big tryhard moment, and I'm going to, like, be turning it down a lot because, blocky hockey is it just gets in the way of a lot of stuff for me. A lot of the other things I want to be doing, so definitely I'm going to be doing a lot less blocky hockey stuff, but overall, I think having one last, like, good run, I'm hoping I can, I'll run everything on Thursday, or sorry, on Saturday, either, like, desk or casting if they want me to run all 4. Probably not, but you said that last time, too? Did I? Well, I'm talking about casting. My playing days are very, very over. I am very done with playing. It's not happening. Although I will say, I was thinking a little bit about playing, and it's like, man, it is funny how different the goalie market looks without me, you know? It feels like now the goalie market is like, oh man, who's going to be the best goaltender? Oh man, who's got it now? Like beforehand, if I was like still playing, it'd be like, oh, you know, we all know who the best goalie is, right? It's like nobody's asking questions, right? But the moment I'm gone, it feels like everybody's just, you know, everything is just so up in the air, right? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That's just how it's been. That's too much confidence. No, I'm not overglazing myself here. It's exactly how it is, bro. Bro thinks he's number 1 or something. Believe it or not, there's actually an award for being the number 1 at something, and you know, guess who won it? You know, the numbers do lie. There was a kind of a medal for that. No, it's just interesting because it felt like a lot of people, it felt like I was like, not only in terms of notoriety, because I think that I am like, I'm known by like a lot of people in the community just because I've been doing a lot of casting. So not only am I like, I'm the most known goalie, but I'm also like, I was also like the best coming out of that JBHL season. And so it felt like if there was a goalie to be taken in the first round, it probably would have been me. And that probably would have shaken up everything. Like, what happens next, right? But I don't know. I'm having a lot more fun, like, looking at the landscape, you know? So many goalies that are, like, now finding their come-up. Dave, Cubic Banjo, you know, Future Chippy to a certain extent. Who else? I guess Sotos is going to be going crazy because he was making some baller saves in the back half of that game. Yeah, I think there's a lot of Shadow HYT and Last Narwhal. I feel like there are so many, like, dude, there are so many like goalies. I feel like for the next season, I've been saying I think that the next season of JBHL is going to be so fucking sick. So many good players. If Technolarp doesn't get drafted, he's going to take over the league. T7, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I said T7, but T7 is looking really good, like Maple, and then I'm trying to think of the other person, like the Vampsky or whatever. Like, I don't think that's how you pronounce his name, but he was looking good. Like, there are so many players that are just looking so good out there. So many new players, and I'm like, hell yes. This is what you want to see, man. If you're so good, why don't you play professionally? This is a question. If I'm so good, why don't I play professionally? Many are asking. Sheep, why aren't you in the big leagues? Many have asked. And the answer to that is the answer I will give to all things. Because I've got a fucking job. I got a job. I have to work. it limits, you know, having a job is a severe limitation on how much fucking free time you have to do bullshit like this, okay? So I really have to pick and choose the bullshit I decide to do with my free time. Why don't you play real hockey? Because I never grew up near an ice hockey rink, and I never really got into it as a kid. I played a lot of sports as a kid, but hockey, ice hockey especially, was never one of them. I just don't think my parents wanted to buy me all that fucking gear. Hockey's a pricey sport, brother. It is a pricey sport. I used to rollerblade a lot. I used to be pretty good at rollerblading, but broke off. I mean, it's not broke. It's just like, you know, it's a lot easier to send your kid to the damn soccer game than it is the hockey game, you know? Hey, kid. Go play some damn soccer. My set is 2K. That's what I'm saying, bro. Shit is expensive. So you better not... So you better keep liking playing hockey, boy. Alright? You stop liking hockey, then, you know, you got some problems. No. Either way, it's fine. I'm happy to watch hockey now. I think that, I mean, the Sharks being good in, like, the 2010s was my favorite. I had a lot of fun. Now I'm a hockey fan. And now the Sharks are good again, and I'm so happy. Finally. I get to watch my hockey team be good. Bless. HEMA? Sounds like some kind of like organization, like some kind of evil organization inside of a video game. Imagine I hit level 6. Imagine. God damn it. Fine, I'll take scuffed level 6. No, you bitch! Oh, stupid block. Fucks my time. I'm so mad. Ah. Nope. I bumped. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nah, don't go me yet. I'm not even on level 9. Once I'm on level 9, then you can go me. My broke ass is on level 8. Exactly. Don't go me. Don't go me. Don't ever go me again. On level 8? I don't want to hear no go. What is dude playing? Liquo! What's up? I'm playing Red Ball, dude. Get your head screwed on straight. Middle school me would have ate this up. You probably would have eaten this up regardless. You play Minecraft now, Liquo. I don't want to hear a word, okay? You are developing a Minecraft server, okay? We are not, you know, you and I are not so different. I'm looking up HEMA. What the freak is HEMA? Pick up HXH again? No! HEMA is a Dutch variety chain store known for relatively low pricing on generic household goods. Oh, sorry. Historical medieval martial arts. Wait, is this like an actual like karate type shit? Oh. Oh, I see. I know it. It's when people are just boxing but with fucking armor on. Yeah, I've seen that shit. That is a mean sport. Well, it kind of turns into that. Like, obviously they have like swords and shit, but it feels like a lot of the times those kind of feel like formalities, you know? Feels like these people just get in tight. I mean, armor was pretty good back in the day, bro. Hemo's the one without armor? Like fencing? Isn't that just fencing? Fencing with long swords? I feel like the sword fighting strategy without armor is kind of like... I feel like the sword fighting meta kind of sucks. Low key. Maybe I'm crazy, but I mean, maybe I just haven't watched enough. But it feels like it just like the game ends too quick, you know? If you were fighting with real swords, you'd be getting fucked up like hard. I saw there's a Kabumon event going on, and somehow Sykkuno is playing in it because he's the GOAT, bro. Don't speak ill of Sykkuno. No, do speak ill of Sykkuno. But yeah, it is funny to see him just exist again. I wonder if he's still doing like the e-boy persona thing. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. What else can he do besides the e-boy persona, right? He's like 30 something. Like, what else does he have? Using the sex note and he's made it back. I mean, I feel like of all the people to get canceled, like I feel like the Sykkuno canceling was more of like a joke canceling than anything, you know? Still, like, I mean, overall, like, Sykkuno was not a good dude. He cheated on his girlfriend like crazy, alright? But I don't think anybody is like blaming him for like, oh man, you know, you're cracking a bunch of VTubers. I don't know if people are like super mad at him for that. Somehow, I don't think people are super mad at him for, you know, for balling out like that, you know? Lol, teasy. Bro's got game. Just astonish? I mean, yeah, bro's got game. And I mean, the thing is with Sykkuno, I guarantee if he wants to keep doing it, it's still gonna work. The e-boy persona, it's still gonna work. Because he's just gonna find a whole new crop of, you know, baddie VTubers who just have no idea. He can still keep pulling it, bro. XP joke. Well, okay, that's understandable, Liquo. Can you imagine how fucking awful his chat would be if they allowed that shit to fly, bro? His chat would be a fucking wasteland. Let's not pretend. It's entirely understandable why he's banning that shit. It's not a shocking, you know, development. Oh, Liquid the Prime. Oh, speaking of which, I was gonna donate some money to a friend. Not you, Liquid. I would never donate you money, but I was gonna donate another friend money because she wanted like a fucking stream deck or something. I'm like, I could buy you a stream deck. Sorry, I just had to get my Liquo stray in there. Yeah, true. No, she actually helped me a lot with like building some stuff for like a freaking for a Minecraft event I was in. She helped me a lot with building, and I was like, man, I could, you know, pitch in. Yeah, exactly, Loco. Let's make the fucking, you know, let's turn the 24-year-old who plays, you know, a child's game, you know, into the guy who's trying to get it, you know? Oh, yeah. That's really gonna turn out well for me, Liquo. The branding really goes crazy here. Yeah, for sure. Played Among Us, man. Among Us was a game for, to be fair, like Minecraft, bro, I play in fucking Civ events, Liquo, okay? There's like a... I am like dancing a lot closer to the edge than Sykkuno ever was in terms of like, you know, my on-stream interactions with underage people, okay? Now, I'm not saying I dance close to the edge ever, and I don't, but the proximity is just, it's not good. Do the voice? No, I've been doing the solo leveling anime voice, not the Deku anime voice recently. All right, I've switched up. Why are we saying it like that? Because I don't know how else to phrase it. There's a better way to phrase it for sure, but it's just like, obviously, I think for like there's a reason why Minecraft YouTubers have been kind of like not only historically because so many Minecraft YouTubers have turned out to be pedophiles, but just like your general like proximity to kids is gonna make you a bigger suspect for like, you know, oh, are you a pedophile? Right? It's obviously that's gonna happen. And I think that like that happens with me too. I think obviously I'm gonna be a bigger, like, you know, somebody you want to keep a closer eye on. Like, I'm fucking 24, dude. It's just the nature of the thing, and I think you should keep a closer eye, you know? Because I have a lot more access to a lot more vulnerable people, right? And I don't want to be using that, like, power, you know, that I have. I guess power, quote unquote. Like, I don't want I don't want to use that power for ill. Hold on. Oh, speaking of which, MJ, I watched your interloper thing, or at least I tried to. I got like 4 hours deep before I quit. It was pretty cool. But the problem is it kind of just didn't go anywhere in any significant amount of time, and so I kind of just got bored. It's not like the ARG was bad. I think it was probably the most well thought out, well put together ARG I've ever seen. It's just that for me, it kind of just became a slog towards the middle half, where it's like nothing really, it's just more mystery and no real answer, you know? There's nothing to keep me going, and so I ended up tapping out. But yeah, overall, Interloper ARG, give a video about it a listen, a watch, or what happened, whatever, you know? Interloper ARG is pretty cool if you are a fan of ARGs or like mystery stuff. I feel like the horror is kind of like questionable at best, but if you like ARGs, the Interloper ARG is the one for you. I did read online that the ending sucked dick and balls, but I did not get that far, so I can't comment on it. All I know is that if you really like mystery stuff, then the Interloper stuff is for you. Because there's a lot of mystery there. It's just, for me, it kind of just became sloggy. I made it 4 hours into the fucking video, MJ. I made it 4 hours deep. I think I was pretty good. 4 hours into a 7-hour video, I think that's a pretty, you know, successful watch there. It's just that the story wasn't going anywhere, bro. It was just kind of like more and more mysteries. Like, okay, bro, can we like get some damn answers already? I was bored. I raw dogged it 7 hours? Well, good for you, MJ. I don't think... I've never... Like, the ARG stuff has never really been, like, the most interesting stuff for me. Like, you saw me trying to, like, stay entertained during the fucking wifey's video, dude. Like, the 2 hours wifey's video, and I was, like, sitting here, like... Dude, come on, man. You know me. The ARG stuff is just not for me. I wasn't moved by the wifey's video. You know, believe it or not, Lickle, I was not either. I don't know why people... Like, I think the first one he did was okay, but then the second one, that was like the 2-hour slogfest, bro. Oh my god. I thought that one was just like, people were glazing it so hard, and I'm like, for what? For what? For what? But apparently Wifey's has that new shit out, so I want to pop into that new shit. I want to get that new sauce. I want to see if Wifey's has improved. Also because Spood is part of the video, or so I've heard, and so I feel kind of like obligated. As Spood's, you know, as basically the guy that everybody knows, like, oh, he's the Spood guy. You know, I guess I have to be the fucking, the Spood cow. And support him. Doesn't exist? Yeah, I think that they should have done it 3 parts too, but I said as much during my reaction. Your version of Ninja's Low Taper Fate. I don't want to be like... Believe it or not, Lickle, I don't want to be Spood's little minion. It's just how I am seen. To many people in the communities I walk in, I am like only the Spood guy. So that's, unfortunately, I am trapped in the you know, in the cell of my own making here, Lego. It's not a cell I want to be in, but it is what it is. Hey, well, don't fucking spoil it, Stevie. Asshole. Better watch that creepypasta. Okay. More scary stuff. Spooky scary, oh boy. Ooh. Give me another Pyrocynical video. That'll keep me entertained. I want to hear Pyrocynical talk through an irrelevant, like, game that nobody's ever heard of. That's what I want. That's my goat. Watch Joe Rogan. True. Joe Rogan is known to have just the greatest of takes. I listened to like a Joe Rogan bit where he brought on a guy. Joe Rogan, I listened to like a little segment of the Joe Rogan podcast recently where he brought on a guy that was talking about how reading Egyptian hieroglyphics will reduce inflammation in the body. I'm not kidding about that. Like, just straight up looking at the hieroglyphics is just enough to reduce, you know, inflammation. Because of, like, fucking spirit energy or something. I'm dead ass. It was all that. I just went from 2021 to 2022 MC era and sorted comments by new, and it was great content. Look, well, I think that what you need to do is you need to join an SMP, okay? You need to suck it up, you need to log off stream, and you need to make SMP content, okay? Get your ass on, like, some random SMP and start doing, like, the I became the most dangerous player on my SMP. That's what you need to do. I'm sorry. It has to happen. Look, well. That's where all of the Minecraft content is going nowadays, okay? It's all SMP/PvP related, and you're already good enough at PvP, so you've already got step 1. Now step 2 is just, you know, running it down. I can't PvP with shields? Okay, never mind, you're cooked. Tragic. That's the only way you're gonna get big in the big 27, okay? If you want to be him, Lico MC, and I want you to be him, because I feel like of all the streamers that I've met, I feel like you have the greatest potential to be him. The problem is, Lico, is like you're too based, I think. You are too based, and it's not good content. Like, you need to be more oblivious about the world. You need to stop being like good at like talking about things. You need to just be like PvP. Stop having opinions and just, I don't know, play Minecraft. Sheep, did you know if they read Chinese text aloud when you don't speak Chinese, makes you more racist because of spiritual energy? Be oblivious queerbait? Yes, queerbait! You should queerbait. No wonder I got a couple more viewers a couple years ago. I was dumber. That's what I'm saying, bro. Me too, bro. Welcome to the club. It's called Bed Wars Open Party and not thinking. I mean, to be fair, I feel like for the amount of people that I did see some people like having some issues with some like MC creator about queer baiting. I think that queer baiting is like, I think people, I might be wrong here, but I feel like people super overhype how much of a problem queer baiting is. Like, it just seems very like, it feels very rich to me when you've got a bunch of people who go after creators like, oh, you're queer baiting, oh, you're queer baiting. And then they get into things like Sharplow, where they're literally shipping 2 male creators together. Queer baiting is only bad when I don't like it. That's what it feels like it is. It feels like there's no consistency here, you know? Oh, you're queer baiting? That's bad. But if I ship my 2 favorite male creators together, well, I'm not queer baiting. I'm just enjoying my content with my favorite streamers. I don't know. It just feels very hypocritical. So it's why I don't really take a lot of the queer baiting stuff that people have beef with. It just doesn't seem like a thing to be mad about, you know? Or something to really complain about. Shipping pisses me off. It's gonna happen. Asking chronically online people to be morally consistent. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm doing, so. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I think shipping to a certain extent is like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I'll say it's fine, but you just have to be careful on where it goes, you know? If it's like something casual, I think it's okay, but I mean, if you go back to like, you know, early pandemic era with like the fucking offline TV thing, like if you go back to like that offline TV era, that was like, holy shit. The fucking, you know, the shipping content was crazy. All right. Pokimane made bank off that shit, I'll tell you that. She was rolling in it. Jude was duo baiting with sharpness so hard. Oh yeah, of course. But I think Judelo is one of those creators that, I mean, I think he makes great content, but dude, he will do anything for fucking money. He does not give a shit. He will do anything for money. Like, what was that fucking website he was fucking, like, getting sponsored by? Freecash.com. Motherfucker was getting sponsored by, he was shouting out in his videos a website called freecash.com. Like, bro, come on. Bro does not care. Dude, he's lying so fucking hard. The whole like, oh, I hope they don't scam my fans. He's such a liar, dude. I think it's, I mean, if you're honest with it, I'd be so much more okay with it. Like, just be honest. Like, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna fucking shill a scam because they're paying me fucking bank. If he was just honest about it, I think it'd be fine. But him trying to play both sides is like, come on, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say it. It's like, bro, come on, bro. You're really like just because a Minecraft YouTuber is gonna show you a website called freecash.com. If you fall for that shit, bro, yeah. I think that it's okay. Like, if Jude Law wants to shill scams, just make sure that they're very obviously scams. Okay, just make it obvious. You know, just come on. Just make it obvious. That's all I need. I don't want to, don't go half and half. So, also, I just prefer the way Jude Law handles drama, I guess. It's just, for me, it's very refreshing to not have a creator, like, bend over backwards to try to, like, kowtow the rage of, like, the online mob. Maybe I'm, like, being, like, not woke enough here, which I probably am, but there's something very satisfying with me about that, because I feel like ever since, like, the Dream SMP era, I've been seeing these creators just, like, bend over backwards to make, to meet these demands. And I'm like, bro, just, like, I don't know, fucking do your thing, dude. Who cares? Just, like, do whatever. Stop, like, stop making a fucking 10-page apology for some, like, benign shit, If you're sorry about some stuff, just, like, make a tweet. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again. And then you're it. Well, I don't know if I could be a big SMP guy. You and I, Lico, are kind of on the same wavelength when it comes to content creation, I think. Dude, I hated when he did that shit. I thought that was the cringiest thing ever. Oh my, I was so fucking mad when Jude Law did that. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You're such a fucking pussy for that shit. Like, I will never be the one to fucking, like, stand up here and defend Dream. But, like, come on, bro. Like, just because, like, oh, I interacted with Dream and suddenly I'm the bane of, God's existence. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Obviously, Dream has pull. Obviously, Dream has reach. Collab with him. Bro, if Dream reached out to me and said, hey, Sheepo3, you want to collab? Yes! The fuck? Why are we stupid, bro? Dream is not the worst guy on God's green earth, bro. He's not great. He's a cheating asshole, for sure. And I'll call him a cheater, but I'll also work with him, because he seems like overall, I don't know. He doesn't seem like the worst guy in the world. He hasn't done anything deserving of, like, the treatment that he gets online. Did you collab with Epstein? No, because Epstein is, like, actually just a pedophile. People just pretend that Dream's a pedophile. Epstein's an actual pedophile. There's a difference. I have morals, but I just think, like, I don't think Dream meets, like, the level of, like, you should not talk to this person, Bro. Yeah, he cheated in his speedruns, and he probably cheated in a bunch of other games. Okay? Not, like I said, not a great guy, but also, not the bane of our existence. He's fine. Before collabing with Netanyahu. The best part is that Netanyahu is dead, so I'm never going to collab with him. I watched half of that video. I don't know how much I believe that, though. Like, if you watch, like, the actual video of the guy who tried to expose him, like, that whole video is, like, weird as fuck. There's a lot of stuff that just feels like we are really reaching here. Believe that video either, but I have my own take. I mean, I trust your take more than mine when it comes to cheating in Minecraft. You have more ball knowledge. It looks like he auto-clicks against Calvin in practice video. I'll trust your take there. I mean, I was the guy who was like rocking with Marlo until Marlo just decided to flake on that fucking duel with Swite, and so it was a shame too. No click sounds, yeah. That I shared an Anarchy server with once. Yeah, I saw a little bit about that, but I'd never believed it because it didn't feel like there was really any good evidence. And so then when Marlo dropped the face cam, I thought, oh yeah, shit, it's over. It just felt like a lot of the critiques that were coming out felt very rooted in like some very just toxic shit. But then I think that the moment that, you know, the moment like Marlo, I think for me, like when Marlo flaked on the whole like Swite in-person PvP duel thing, that's when it was like, okay, fuck. It just turns out they were taking us all for a ride, which is really a shame because I think like Marlo on the top of the like we can talk as much shit as we want, but it feels like, you know, Marlo running the PvP community to a certain extent was not the like I was not in the PvP community like other people are, but it feels like I don't know, the PvP community kind of reached pretty high heights with Marlo in charge. Maybe I'm insane here, but a lot, I mean, like that, the first video that Marlo made was kind of crazy. And so, dead giveaway. I was not there back then. I started following the drama like when I watched that first Marlo. Are we still claiming? Well, no, it's kind of confirmed now, Amelia, unfortunately. Amelia, I'm sorry. I know I was writing for Marlo, but no, it's unfortunate that, yeah, Marlo is kind of a scam, yeah. Don't worry. I wanted Marlo to be real too, but our dreams are just not to be sometimes. It's a shame, but how do you even confirm that? You confirm that because they flaked out. It's like when you it's like when somebody says, you know, screen share or something. Like when you're playing a competitive game. I mean, like Liqua has their own experiences, but they said like, oh, I'll do an in-person. Like they said, Marlo in their video, they said I will do an in-person PvP duel with Swite. And where is that? Nowhere. And Marlo hasn't talked a fucking time. So it's like, at this point, like, if Marlo is not going to do the in-person stuff with Swite, which would be 100% confirmation, I don't believe a thing you said. I'm sorry. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think Marlo's flaking. It's crap. I think it's crap. I think, like you can make your whole fucking, like, video. You can do this face cam reveal, but until we, like, you know, you said you were going to do it in person. You said you were going to do it in person. You're not doing it in person? Yeah, I think you're a fraud. Fundamentally, I think you're a fraud, and I'm much more willing to believe all the stuff that people said about you. It's weird? I don't know. I don't think it's weird. In this case, this reads much more like somebody who was trying to... Not the person playing. Yeah. I mean, that dude, the whole video with, like, footage, dude, there was, like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but that whole video of, like, the hand cam, I think, was dog shit. I don't know. I thought that hand cam video was weird as hell. Desking to playing with balls? My brother. Welcome to the club. No. Doesn't change their morality? I think it does, obviously. I think if you're gonna, like, lie to the whole community for, like, years and years and years and pretend that, you know, you're a girl, or, like, say that you're a girl, and then when somebody says, okay, you know, you've been making all these claims about how good you are at PvP, about, you know, everything about you, your entire persona, and then you say, like, I would be much more on your side, Amelia, if Marlo themselves has not said that they would prove it in person. If they would do it in person, like they said, then I'd be so much more, you know, on your side. But they said it. They said it. They said, I will do an in-person duel with Swite. I'm working on it right now. Nothing. There is nothing. Radio fucking silence. I don't think it takes away from the fact that it feels like a lot of the a lot of the reactions from the community felt sexist. Okay? I don't disagree that a lot of the reactions from the PvP community felt... I feel like two things can exist in perpetuity. I think the Marlowe persona can be fake, and I also think that the PvP community can be a toxic shithole. Both of these things are true, right? But just because, you know, like, as much as I wanted Marlowe to be, like, the upstanding, good, you know, blight against, you know, this awful, awful community, it's just not. It's not what it is. It's unfortunate, and I wanted it to be that, but it sucks. It sucks. It just sucks that we have to, like, it feels... I don't think so. I don't know if trans was ever a thing in this particular drama. It's more sexist from Marlowe's end. We don't know. I think if you're not... Again, I mean, people... This is like the JBHL finals all over again, okay? The reason why we won that first game isn't because we won. It's because the goalie refused to screen share when there were, you know, classic proof. Carmelo, anything but a woman? If you're... I'm sorry. If you're going to come out... For me, if you're going to come out and say, I will provide you authentic proof that I am a woman in person, and then you flake on that shit, and you don't give any reason why you're flaking, I don't know. I don't think you warrant concern anymore. I think that you have already, like, you've lost... In my mind, you've already lost, like, that concern. On my end. I'm not saying anything about that. I don't care if they're lying. I won't add her. I mean, I guess that's fine, but... I just think that... I think it very much... Why would you say it doesn't matter? I think it does matter. I mean, like, we can... I know... How do I approach this? It's not our job to judge that, but you can understand how manipulative. Like, if I am a man and I go into a server and I pretend to be a woman, I think that's fucking manipulative. I think that like let's talk about that inside that's fucking catfishing. But that's what people are arguing that Marlowe was doing. They were catfishing. They were pretending to be a woman when they were not. That's the concern. Okay? And that there's very plausible evidence that Marlowe was doing that shit. That's not good. Why is that a problem? Because as much as we can pretend that gender doesn't matter, it does. Gender does fucking matter. It does matter a lot to a lot of people. As much as we would love to live in the society where gender is just mute and everybody can just treat each other like human beings, we don't live in that society. And it's very, like, especially when when we talk about women in gaming, when it feels like women have been held down so much in gaming, and when we finally feel that we have that piece of representation, women have that piece of representation. Marlowe is the woman that is representing women that, you can get to the top. You don't have to be fucking, like, seen as like awful or inferior to men, and these things that you shouldn't have to be seen as inferior to. And when you find out that person that was pretending to be this woman that was kind of acting as that, like, that figurehead for this community that has felt, historically downtrodden because of the way gamers have been treating women for the past fucking decade, it feels very fucking fucked up for that, claim to be brought under question. I think it's a very understandable, like, piece of anger. Like, what the fuck? I thought you were a woman. All right, you said you were a woman, and now suddenly there's very credible evidence that you are not a woman, and you refuse to do anything to prove them wrong. You refuse to do anything to prove them wrong. I'm not gonna believe you. People gave you the chance. They gave you the chance. Not only people gave you a chance, you said you were gonna prove it, and you didn't. That's my beef. If Marlowe didn't say shit about proving anything, then I wouldn't be here standing on my fucking soapbox here. But Marlowe said in the video, I will prove it. I will fight Swipe in person. I will do this PvP duel in person. Nowhere, nothing, gone, flaked. You lied! You lied! You lied! You lied! That's what it is! I'm sorry, you lied! You lied! You lied! That's my beef, okay? You lied. I think we might just have to... Afraid of showing your face and being like, then just say that. I don't know. Why can continue, like we can keep saying what ifs and what ifs, but like it feels like we're going down like increasingly like ridiculous rabbit holes, right? How many layers of the onion do we have to peel back for just find the fucking truth? Don't lie and then get caught in a lie and then lie again, dude. For profit? It is for profit. Exactly. Of course it's for profit. There's money to be made. Not only money to be made, but there's like influence to be gained, okay? Being the woman who is the best at PvP is a very lucrative position. Not only being like the best in the world at PvP, but being a woman, that's a huge attention position. Are you kidding me? There's huge attention to be gained from that kind of position, all right? Especially if you like, as a man, like everybody, like respectfully, like everybody's like, okay, yeah, a man being the best is like everybody like. Not saying that that's a good thing that people think that, but it's like, yeah, people would expect that. Like, of course, like, everybody knows that more men do gaming than women. And so that in any particular game, a man being the best at that particular game is like an understandable outcome. But seeing that it's a woman, well, it changes things. It does. It does. And so if you're going to pretend to be a woman for this long, and then say, I'm going to prove it, and then you don't prove it when people bring very plausible evidence against it, I don't know. I'm just not going to believe you. I just don't, like, you have not... I don't have any faith in you because you have not debunked any of the evidence, and you refuse to even answer it. Amelia, I feel like... Amelia, I'm gonna... I feel like we are both talking, or I'm gonna say, we are, Amelia, I don't know how much of the evidence stuff, like how much you've looked into this situation. It feels like, definitely I am not like the most knowledgeable, but I've watched a little bit about this. Honestly, okay, hey, I'm not gonna, I think that you're allowed to have the opinion here. I think that we're just gonna have to like agree to disagree here, unfortunately. I don't think we're gonna... I'm not going to, like, stand and pretend to be the knower. The knower of this shit. But as much as I think that in a perfect world, it wouldn't be a problem if Marlo was a man or a woman. If it wasn't, if we were in a perfect world, but it's not a perfect world, and I think it does matter if you lie. Especially when it comes to something like a competitive game mode that a lot of people try very hard to be the best at. It's just like, if it feels like if people are bringing questions upon like who you pretend to be, then it adds more fuel to the fire of like, how legitimate are you? How good, like, are you as legitimate as you pretend to be? Get what I meant? Maybe I don't, Amelia, but I'm not like... I'm not trying to become the... I don't want to make... I don't think the people who are calling Marlo... I just don't want us to like end this conversation with everybody thinking like we're sexist or transphobic. I think that's kind of the problem that I might have with this conversation. It's not that like you can like if you believe one thing or another, but I think that, you know, there are legitimate reasons for thinking one way or another. Okay, and I feel like we I think that those. It's the problem is like with this situation, it's like both things are true. I think the PvP community is sexist. I think that they are full of chuds. I think they do suck. But I think in this particular situation, there are reasons that you can believe a certain thing without being those bad things, right? I think that's the problem that I'm running into. It's that, like, there's no one right side. You know, one side is not completely devoid of sin. There's sin on both sides of the argument, right? And I think that we can separate that and say, okay, you know? Maybe I'm just too biased, but I can't. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. You know, I think that's fine. That's totally okay. Hey, again, I'm not gonna blame you here. All right, don't worry about it. I just don't want the accusations to be levied on others. You know, like, I feel like there are plenty of other, like, sexist actions that the PvP community has undertook. I don't think that. I don't think that insinuating that Marlowe is not a woman is one of them, you know? That's my problem, you know? I don't want to call people, you know, things that they aren't for bad like, if I'm going to call somebody if I'm going to accuse somebody of having bad thoughts, or bad thoughts sounds really weird. If I'm going to accuse somebody of being a certain way, I want to make sure that the evidence that I have is, you know, solid enough. No, I totally understand. I totally get it, but I think that I'm trying to tread carefully here, Rose, okay? I'm trying very hard to choose my words carefully here, because I understand it's like, it can be a touchy conversation, and I'm trying very hard to not be the fucking, you know, chud sheep who just yelps. Because believe it or not, I do care about people's feelings here, alright? I'm not a complete asshole. So I think it is probably best that we just dodge off of it. I think we leave the conversation where it is, all right, and that's fine. Billions must have joy. All right, Ben. No, you're fine. Don't stress it. We're gonna move off the conversation. We're gonna take a left turn here. I don't know. It was fun. I liked having the talk at least. It was meaningful, interesting. I think that's ultimately what matters. It's the Sheepo3 stream. We all get in our fucking heads around here, okay? Why do you think Sheepo3 is the way he is, bro? It's Red Ball, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, facts and feelings are kind of like... Ever since Benny, you know, Benny Sharp said facts and feelings in the same sentence, I think it's just become a... It's grown bigger than Benny Sharp, you know? It's not the dog whistle that it used to be. Facts don't care about your feelings. It used to be a dog whistle. Only a DSI supporter type shit. The DSA is one of those interesting things to me. Because it feels like I want to dislike them on paper, but it's like... They're just better at politics right now, unfortunately. As much as I may not totally agree with their policy positions, I think that they're kind of just better at politics than everybody else is in terms of like the Democrat Party. And I am very much like a vote blue no matter who right now. So if it's blue, fuck it. I don't care. I'm very genuinely vote blue no matter who. I don't care. If you get the votes, then I don't care. What about independents? If you are not voting blue in your general elections, then you are I don't want to say a blight upon this country, but you're pretty close to that. I think voting Republican is like it's questionable. It is a morally questionable decision to vote for a Republican right now. APAC versus Republican. I vote blue. I vote blue. fucking chud, yeah. Because believe it or not, I know where it's... How does every stream end up in Israel land? How do we always go back to Israel? God damn it. I care more that you are going to vote for the... I want to advance policy forward. I want to advance policy forward. And if you are under the blue flag, you are much more likely to vote with the Democrat caucus. That's what I care about. I care about getting shit done. And if that means I have to, like, get some chud Israel supporter in Congress to vote for my Democrat policies that actually can, like, help people and make change, I don't fucking care. Okay? I'm not gonna do this thing where, like, I have half my party, like, you know, not... I want my party in lockstep. Because then we can actually get some shit done. Okay? Even if it's incremental change, even if it's small, it's a step in the fucking right direction. And I'm so tired of taking leaps backward. Can we at least start taking some steps in the right direction, please? Please. I look at politics pragmatically. I look at politics pragmatically. I do. And right now, the pragmatic decision is voting blue. If you want shit to get done, voting a bunch of people who are going to dilute the block is not good. It's going to end badly. I fucked up level 8 like horribly right there. I hate Tuffles based. Shadow, what's up? Don't worry, you didn't play like a complete chud today, Shadow. Only half like a chud. That first goal you should have saved. My poor time is just in the dumpster fire right now. 4 seconds behind? Oh boy. Imagine I hit level 11. I think I'd cry. I think I'd cry if I hit level 11. I'm not kidding. You're just joking, bro. I want to kill myself. I want to kill myself with a loaded gun. With a loaded firearm, ladies and gentlemen. You're kidding. This game's so stupid. And I jump at the end. Is it going to be below 306? 305? I want to die, dude. So stupid. What a stupid fucking game. What a stupid fucking game. Yeah, it's a new PB. It's the first time I ever hit level 11 in a run. In a real run, this is the first time I've ever hit level 11. Dude, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. What a stupid, stupid time. 305? Oh, gosh. That's so annoying. We got it, though. I mean, like, hitting level 11, that's the first time that's ever happened, so there's at least something to celebrate there. But to hit it when you're that off pace, like, damn, that blows. GG's, though. Let me reset my timer, and we can keep it going. Let me reset my timer real quick. What elected official do you think represents your politics the closest, Sheep? Probably like more moderate Democrat right now. But a more moderate Democrat that's willing to indulge in like some more socialist-y positions like Medicare for all. Stuff like that. Just somebody who cares more about domestic issues than anything. I can't really bring myself to care about foreign policy as much right now, unfortunately. Just because of the way that, you know, the Republicans have fucked it all up. I don't want to be isolationist, but it's just like, I don't know. Just pull out of Israel at this point. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're too annoying. I don't care. Just leave them. If Israel ends up getting blown to fucking smithereens at some point, fuck them, bro. They deserve it. They've made too many enemies for too long. It's not all their fault, but, you know, it's a lot their fault. I just want a pragmatic politician. That's all I really want. I want somebody who understands, like, the game, right? Like, obviously, I'd like Medicare for all, but I don't think we're gonna get that shit passed, so... I think just... I think, right, like, we need to choose what to expend political capital on, ultimately. And I think if we choose to expend political capital on healthcare, I think that's good. I think if we choose to expend political capital on the economy, I think that's good. I think if we choose to expend political capital on, like immigration, I think that's good. I don't want to expend political capital on Israel. And I think that's what my problem is with a lot of these DSA candidates. It feels like we are expending so much political capital on Israel when there are so many more important things to focus on than that, right? Should Mamdani become the leader of the Democrats? I don't... I mean... I think the thing that makes DSA candidates very appealing for me specifically is that they're actually good at fucking politics, which is so nice. It is so nice for a change to actually have like a charismatic politician that understands that, you know, just you know, speak about policy and just play the game. And that's why I like Mamdani, because he plays the game. And I just want politics that play. I want politicians who can play the game. Okay? I see the vision on bashing Israel because every American are sour on Israel. I think that's fine. If it, like, genuinely, if it gets you votes, that's all I fucking care about. If you are a person if you are a Democrat and it gets you votes, fucking do it. I think the only thing that I hate more about the Democratic Party right now is that the establishment Democrats are too cucked on the Republicans. I think we should take away military spending too. I think we should do that. If we're like I said, expend like the big capital we should be expending on is the deficit. We should not be deficit spending anymore. We should rip $1 billion away from the military because they don't need it. Rip $1 billion away. Holy shit. Fund some schools, goddammit. Like Trump or on? I genuinely think like you should be more like I don't want to say this to like family members because I also have family members who are like kind of like Republican-y and I don't like, but like I am like you like we need to be more mean to Republicans. I think that you need to bash Republicans harder. Okay, I think if you like I think genuinely I think the best thing to do because the Republicans have proven it. It is the most consistent and best political strategy. Talk shit about your opponents. Be mean. Being mean works. It works. I'm sorry. The Republicans played that game for 8 years, 12 years. Do it back. I don't care. They if you vote Republican, you do not have any sympathy from me. Everything that goes on in your party is your fault because you voted for a Republican candidate. It is your fault. Okay? I'm like when I say like there is like seriously moral like you should be questioning yourself as a like am I a good person if you vote Republican in this current political climate, not all time, but if you have voted Republican in this political climate, you're just not a moral person. I'm sorry. I voted for a baddie. That's also fine, but if the baddie's blue, then that's fine, Lil TZ. Vote for whatever reason you care to vote for. But as long as they're not red, then you're not a bad person. Okay? Now voting blue would be the best. But if you vote for an independent, I don't think you're a bad person. If you vote for a red candidate, I think that we need to start having conversations about how much of a good person you think you are. Okay? What if they're pink? If they slay hard enough, I think. What does pink stand for? I think pink just means that like you're a little cutie patootie. But I don't know if that has any like political significance, so. I vote blue. I vote blue, except like some of the Democrats are kind of like rat Democrats. I vote for the person who is more likely to support the Democratic policy position. Okay? I want people in lockstep with my party, please. That's what I want. All right? I want people to be in the caucus. All right? And I think that if you're running as an independent, then just like run under like a DSA candidate ticket and still be blue. You can be blue. Just run under like run for the DSA or something. You can do that shit. That's fine. I don't want to do this like moderate thing. I don't want this moderate thing. All right? Because the like when I look at an independent, I think like, you know, I think of the bad kind of moderate, the kind of fence sitter that, you know, is like, you know, oh, you know, slavery is bad, but, you know, it's such a great thing for our economy. It'd be so difficult for us to completely move away from a slave economy. It's just, it's not economically feasible. I don't want that guy. I'm done with that guy. I'm over that guy. Why are you trying to purposely weaken our democracy? Because my country is fucked, Roses. I'm not weakening my democracy. I'm supporting my party. Because I would like there to be a viable third option. I think that would be great. But the problem is, there is a evil. All right? I'm sorry. If the Republican Party wasn't fucking evil, that would be fine. If we were back in like George Bush era, that's fine. You know, vote for a third party. I don't care. If you vote red, you know, I might disagree with you, but at least we can have a conversation. We're not allowed. Dude, if the Republicans weren't fucking evil, then we could have this conversation. Don't you work for the government? I guess. Am I allowed to share my political opinions? I don't even know. I'm looking it up. I mean, when I'm at work, I'm very neutral. Sheep's gonna get fired. The Hatch Act. I might get fired, boys. I would argue this is like, I guess this technically counts as public speech. Yeah, hold on. I'm not on duty, right? If I am like, if I'm a federal employee if I'm working as a federal employee and I'm treating like my constituents or the people who I work with differently based on their political affiliations, that's a fucking problem. I am not working right now. I don't do politics at work, believe it or not. I think shitting on people for their kids having birth defects and, you know, like alluding to incest is just not the way that we defeat the Republican Party. You do it by making fun of their policies. You look at their track record and you say, look at them. They suck. You shine out every time they lie, you call them liars. I'm tired of like this, like, oh, you know, you're just not telling the truth. No, you need to use, like, the word that we need to use is liar. You are lying. That is the word that our politicians need to use. Okay? Liar. You are lying. Okay? When RFK said some bullshit, we don't need to say, you know, oh, he's just missed the point. No, he is lying. We need to call him a liar. That is the kind of verbiage that we need to use. I'm saying the voter base is immovable. I don't think that's true. I don't think the voter base is immovable. I think the best way to, I wish this wasn't true, but I know this to be true because it's worked on me and I've seen it work on other people. The best way to convince somebody from a deeply held position is to make fun of it until they don't trust it anymore. You need to make fun of them for being stupid, essentially. Okay? I'm sorry. It's like you need to relentlessly bully them. And I hate to say it because it sounds mean and it is mean. But the best way to get somebody you can't convince somebody off rip. You just can't. But by making them ask questions about their political beliefs, that is what we need to do. We need to implant seeds of doubt. And the best way to implant seeds of doubt is by fucking forcefully pushing them in. You push the seeds of doubt in. We're not trying to gently introduce some kind of like, oh, but have you considered another way of thinking? No. Gentle introductions don't work. They just don't. They don't. They're not effective. This kind of like this kind love and this kind tender love and care kind of politics just isn't as effective as being more brutal and more honest and more straightforward. I don't think it's morally good to kill Trump and you're supporting him. I don't think it's morally good to kill Trump. I think it's morally good to, how do I give some? I think there's no sympathy. It is morally good. I think I draw a line at like supporting the deaths of people. I think I'm more indifferent to the deaths of people. Like, you know, like when somebody shoots a billionaire, I'm not gonna blink, you know? I'm not gonna say go out and shoot billionaires. I'm gonna say, hey, you know, if he dies, fuck it. How many people has Trump killed? Exactly, yeah. There's a lot of other, like, side effects that come with just, like, if we kill Trump, then suddenly you've created the greatest martyr of all time. You know? You kill Trump and you've ruined the Republican Party going forward. And we can't have fun discussions about, like, oh, can we vote for a third party? Oh, should we vote for an independent? We can't have those conversations meaningfully right now when, like, one party, when one side of the country is just evil. I don't know what to fucking say, dude. I want to have interesting conversations about independence and third parties and new ways of thinking. And I like what Mamdani is doing in New York with trying to introduce stuff like a rent control and then trying to use that to kind of piggyback off of better housing reform, stuff like that. Even though I think rent reform rent reform is bad, you know, in a vacuum, but I think used as a bigger policy around, you know, more affordable housing, I think like it'll be interesting to see how effective it is. Like, can we use it? Can we use rent control to effectively lower the cost of housing while not like fucking the housing market in general, right? Second year at Harvard, Kaczynski participated in a study led by Harvard psychologists. Subjects were told they would debate personal philosophy with a fellow student and were asked to write an essay detailing their personal beliefs and aspirations. No, that's fine. We love doing walls of text over here, Norkstar. You're right in line. Yeah, exactly. As much as I would love to live in La La Land, I want to live in pragmatic land. I want to live in pragmatic policy land. And right now, the pragmatic policy is we elect Democrats, and hopefully those Democrats are smart enough to, you know, actually make meaningful change happen instead of like proposing crazy bills that like people are still like kind of on the fence about, you know? Let's just, you know, let's read the room and let's elect the, like, you know, let's go for the policies we can get done, right? That's the big thing. Do the policies we can do, and then we can start having conversations about the bigger aspirations, you know, like the Medicare for Alls, the sweeping, you know, budget changes, stuff like that, you know? Right now, I just want to get us on, like, get us back on possibly the right track. And the biggest thing to get us back on the right track is to fix our spending. That's the only thing. The biggest thing right now is to fix the spending. We need to fix money. Right now, our debt is crazy, and if it continues to go crazier, it's going to get worse. All right, so we need to stop the bleeding, and then we can try to build towers. But right now, let's build a foundation first, okay? Let's build a foundation first. And then we can talk about overthrowing the capital, you know, and stopping the MCM money transaction, or the MCM capital creation system, you know, or something like that, or whatever Marx was talking about in his book. I talk about like I haven't done research into capital, Das Kapital, but like, come on. I love pragmatic policy. Yahoo! I am not a radical. I'm a pragmatist. That's what I do. That's me. How the national debt affects the country. So essentially the national debt doesn't do shit. Except it kind of contributes to a bigger failure overall. The problem with the national debt is not that it's actively causing a problem. In fact, it's been kind of proven through the decades that you can kind of put as much debt as you want, and it's not going to really affect anything. The problem is that if our debt gets big enough that we cannot make our interest payments, then the entire global economic system collapses. The problem is interest payments. If we can't make our interest payments, then the entire economic global, and I'm like, when I say the entire global economic system, I'm talking about everything. It will be a generational recession that like, it will be like to the point where it's like, we're just going to have like fucking famines. I swear to God. Like, I don't want to think about how bad it would be if the entire global market, if America defaults on its interest payments. Okay, sorry. Let me kind of break it down a little bit more simply. Basically, debt operates on trust, right? And the biggest, most trustworthy holder of debt right now in the entire world is the American government, okay? The American government has been very, very good at paying back its debts. That's why the interest the interest payments on bonds that are issued by America, basically America, like the American government will issue bonds to raise money. They'll say, I will sell you, this piece of paper, and you give me money. And at a certain point, I will pay back this bond at some point in the future. But in the meantime, I'll be paying interest on this bond. And those interest payments are super, super tiny, all right? They're like 0.4%, 0.3%, very, very small amounts of interest payments because people trust the American government so much that they're willing to buy these bonds and say, I will hold on to these bonds because I know you're good for it. I know you're good for it. And the problem is, if that America defaults on interest payments, suddenly all the bonds that we've issued, all this debt that we've issued becomes untrustworthy, and people don't want to hold untrustworthy debt. That's what happened in the 2009 recession. That's what happens in every recession. Basically, people lose trust in the system. And the moment that somebody loses trust in the system, it is over. Sheep hates China? To a certain extent, yeah, but I think that's fine. China's really good at making certain technology, though. Now, they do it with, underpaying their workers and whatnot, but, unfortunately, that is kind of just the way that a lot of the global economic system runs. China would save the world when America defaults and everything will be totally okay. China, if America defaults on its debt, I think China defaults on its debt too. We can pretend like China is like the grand economy, but like they're experiencing like a lot of the same shit that like everybody's experiencing the same pains around the world. All right. The middle class is getting smaller. Poor people are getting poorer. Rich people are getting richer. Everybody is in the same fucking loop of suffering, bro. Okay. Everybody's in the same loop of suffering. Everybody's economy is in a bubble. Everybody like what happens in America to a certain extent is a good proxy for what's happening around the world. Okay? Everybody's in a bad spot right now. Nobody's in a good spot. Except if you're like, I don't know, Swedish or something, but like nobody cares about them. Living in their goddamn white utopia. Only white people live here. It's so great. God damn it. I hate them. I should end stream. Oh, wait. Who's the next Switzerland? I thought that... Wait, what's... Oh, sorry, Norway. Norway's the... Not Switzerland, it's Norway. It's the Norway. Sweden? Is it Sweden? It's Norway, Sweden. It's one of those fucking small fucking European countries that just lives on oil reserves. We can agree on the fact we should kill Elon Musk. I don't think we should kill Elon Musk because that's... It gives him too much attention. The problem with Elon Musk is that people care about him. I think that it would be more satisfactory if everybody stopped giving a shit about Elon Musk. And so we can see his more and more desperate attempts to get people's attention. Please look at me, look at me. I don't want him to die. I want him to suffer in silence. I want him to suffer in silence. That is the fitting punishment for Elon Musk. For being as annoying as he is. It'd be funnier. It would be so funny. People would, dude. If Elon died, it would, dude. People would fuck with his grave so hard. Nah, Peter Thiel isn't funny. Elon Musk, like if Elon Musk died, that shit would be funny. If Peter Thiel died, it's like, oh, I mean, yeah. Nobody's gonna be sad, but nobody's gonna be like, you know, overjoyed with the meme potential of Peter Thiel. Unless he dies in a funny way. He needs to die in a funny way. If a famous person dies in a funny way, I mean, like, shout out Kobe. Like, you just gotta die in a certain way. I think Charlie Kirk will live forever. And that's great. My neck is hurting. Sorry, guys, my neck is hurting. I have to end stream. All right, everybody. Reaction? No, I'm not going to watch this bullshit. Okay. You're linking me a channel called Joe Mother's Marbles. I don't want to see what your For You page looks like, Liqua. All right, either way, I'm going to get out of here. I've already been talking for way too long. How long have I been talking for? Only an hour 30. Well, I was already casting before this, so unfortunately, I did my time, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see more sheep content, well, guess what? You can go to the BHL fucking YouTube channel and then listen to me yap about blocky hockey. If you don't want to do that, well, guess what? I beat level 11 in a real run, so suck on that, banana. Either way, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. I gotta get out of here. I'll talk to you gamers later. Peace. Bye. I can't wait to have another political discussion. Oh, wait, no. It's the weekend. I get to play fucking... I get to play Half-Life. Let's go. Politics is dead. Half-Life is here. Let's fucking go. Blessed.